Do you feel like you don't want to do anything? You are not doing the things that you know you should be doing. You feel like you've got life wrong, you took the wrong turning, you failed, and you just don't know what to do next. My name is Tulin and I'm a content creator in progress, learning and creating on the go, and I'm passionate about sharing mindset shifts, new perspective and knowledge that will guide you to your next level, that I've learned from my own experience and all the knowledge. Not only have I invested my own money into to learn, but also self-educating myself on a daily basis. And one of my favorite quotes is, "You cannot solve your problems with the same thinking you used when you created them. And you don't see your problems for what they are, you see them as you are, as your mindset." So let's dive in, gain some perspective and light, and let me help you see past, your supposed failure and unmotivation and your lack of willpower from a different angle. We live in a world where, we want things fast, instant gratification, that high level lifestyle, and we think once we achieve them, then we will be happy. And for example, in my experience during my academic years, I thought, passing my exams, passing the year, then graduating, and then going on to university, that these were going to make me happy, that everything was going to make sense once I graduate. And for a short period of time it did. I was happy about my achievements, but it reached its peak, and what goes up must come down. But the question we never ask is, what foundation does it come down to that holds us up? What are your foundations, your roots, your mindset, behaviors, thought patterns and skills? Because to build the right foundation for yourself that will support you for the rest of your life, it has to be repeated over and over again to have a strong, solid foundation. And this is where the saying comes from: perfection comes from repetition. So what seeds are you planting right now? What are you learning that is helping you? How are you improving your mindset every day? Are you staying focused, taking consistent action towards your dreams? These are all seeds. And don't forget, seeds and trees, in general, it takes a long time to grow, so you have to be patient. You have to just trust in the process. But when talking about repetition, it's about embedding that physical and emotional repetition into your nervous system. How do you think that you have your current behaviors and thoughts? It's because you repeated them over and over for years, which have led to the results in your life currently. And discipline and that subconscious drilling down is important, because willpower and motivation isn't enough. That's why we don't do the things that we should be doing. Rather, focusing in the present moment every day while taking action repetitively will lead to a new subconscious program. And this is how all successful people have the results that they want in life. They have that constant focus and action in the present moment while having that optimistic vision for themselves. And this is not to say it will be easy. It's hard. It's so hard, and I'm always going to speak from experience. But Winston Churchill says that when destiny taps you on the shoulder, will you be ready? Because most of the time, it is, but things get in the way all the time of what we're supposed to do, of the right thing to do. But we need to answer that and take courage. And courage is that's the word that I want you to take from that message. But how do you know if destiny is tapping you on the shoulder? So for me, when I graduated, I asked myself, you know, is this all there is? Is this all there is to life? Is this all there is to me? I graduate and I just work for the rest of my life. You know, where was my true expression, my authenticity, my creativity? You know, I just knew something was wrong with the way that we were living. It was too mundane. It wasn't ticking my boxes. And I had this little voice, gut feeling or intuition, whatever you want to call it, saying that, you know, there is another way. Don't apply for that internship, that graduate job. Take a break, you know, reassess things. But what came next was I had to take that action. I had to take that courage. I knew I had to start from zero. I knew I had to be a beginner again. So here I am. You know, I had to let go of thinking that I wanted to be a zoologist for the rest of my life. You know, that was my whole identity. I was known for being an animal lover. But to let go of that to let go of that vision I had of myself, which I thought was right, I also had to let go of my identity. And this one quote actually puts it in such a good perspective, which is, deep within each person is a longing for meaning that needs to be expressed in hopeful work and purposeful activity. And that's something that I couldn't express before. You know, I didn't know if I was going crazy, if I was being lazy, so many things, you know. So it's such a confusing transition, but that quote, you know, worded it really, really well. So instead of suppressing it, ignoring it, you know, just admit that it's here, and you just have to say yes, that you're ready, and surrender to it. But guess what happens after a while? When you try something for a week or two, we give up. When the times get hard, when there's a challenge, when there's an obstacle, you know, this is where someone is either successful or, you know, what we call a loser, because they both have faced a challenge or obstacle. They both face defeat for the first time. But the only difference is the warrior keeps going, and the other person, you know, didn't have that enough discipline, enough willpower, and is left behind, and it feels like a failure. But these failures, you know, when it happens over and over again, there is something inside of you that becomes stronger, and you just have to keep going, and you just have to keep repeating, despite of that feeling of failure. And it will become not a matter of if, but a matter of when. So don't lose that sight. We also, what we tend to do is that we have this concrete future plan that sometimes just isn't meant for us. And, you know, with the example of me having a concrete plan of me becoming a zoologist, you know, I thought I'd graduate, taking a month off, and I'll start applying for those jobs, move to London, and, you know, it's like I was so sure that is exactly what I wanted. That is how life's going to work out for me. Thinking the academic route was the right way, but it wasn't. So that's what I mean when don't always have a concrete future plan. Listen to yourself really for the first time, and ask yourself, what do you really want in life? You know, either write it out or visualize it. Like, no one is watching or listening, and this has to be 100% authentic and true to you. What kind of life do you truly desire and want? And this will turn your focus, and this, honestly, it'll be a complete game changer for you. And this is exactly what I did. And then suddenly, you know, opportunities started coming around, and everything started aligning for the first time. And remember, the true impact we have is within 24 hours. That is when we can truly shape our direction of life by our decisions and actions and our emotional state that we're currently in. So if this video helped you in any way, even if it was a message, a word, you know, give it a like. And if you want to see more videos like this on your feed, that would help you to your next level, then please subscribe. As always, I love talking about this with you guys. Hopefully see you in my next video. Inwards and outwards. Bye.